Ready. Play.
Quite nice.
Very nice. Yeah. So dit soort whisky à maison, c'est parfait. So we are taking questions for Elise, please.
Questions? English? 8 wins in the row in Monastir. For Elise. If there is any special connection between Elise and Monastir?
I think there is a special connection, definitely. I mean, I always feel very, very well, very good feeling on center court. I mean, I had some pretty good wins already, and I mean, I'm trying to guard that energy and to guard that positiveness from the court, from the crowd, and especially today, I feel like a lot of people came and watched, and I think that's just very nice. And it was a very positive match for me, so I'm keeping that energy for tomorrow.
Amazing performance today. How these wins mean for you for the rest of the tournament?
I mean, it definitely means a lot because I haven't played a lot of semifinals this year, and especially if you have to defend the title, it's always tough to, you know, to start and to try to defend it, and coming back in a semifinal really means a lot for me, especially when it's my last singles tournament of the year. So I'm trying to give everything I have, and I still have a lot of energy left, so let's bring it on tomorrow.
You are number 1 in the double in the world. How will you benefit from that to your game in the single?
I mean, of course, it's a very nice thing that I'm number 1. My priority is definitely singles, as I'm playing only singles this week, trying to defend my title. But yeah, I think a lot of doubles, like my reactions on court, also my volleys coming into the net. I'm not really scared to come into the net, and especially the serve and return is definitely a factor that really helps me in singles.
Thank you, and go back for the
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations. You are proving that you are the best so far. But the question is, how come that Mertens with this talent hasn't got that extended team? Because it's a bit weird, isn't it?
What do you mean, like?
Coach, trainer.
Okay. Normally I do have a physical trainer. I do have at home, of course, and I do have a physio also that travels sometimes with me. But I guess it's the last tournament of the year, and I have my coach with me. And for now, I think it's working really well. And of course, sometimes some tournaments you take a whole team. Sometimes on tournaments you take a little less people, which you end up feeling well. And I feel like the physios from the WTA are here too. We have everything that they provide everything here in Monastir, so it's going well, and I feel like physios are good too, so that makes a good point.
John, talking tennis. I noticed in the last game there seemed to be an extra determination to get the job done. Did you sense something like this was the moment to seal the deal?
I think it's always important that if you can have the opportunity to win the game, even though it's 5-2, then yes, I would like to take it. Of course, it was my 3rd match point, I think, but I mean, she played pretty good in the other match points. But yeah, I'm not throwing away any game, I'm not throwing away any points, I hope not. I try not to. But yeah, you never know what happens in tennis, so I think for every opportunity you can take, I try to take it.
I mean, there was even one moment when she faulted, I think at 30 all or something like that, and you went like this, and it was like, okay, and you actually hit an unbelievably clean winner off that fault. And I love a good fault return, and that was an excellent return, but didn't count for anything. But I just sensed that and she missed a couple of swing volleys, do you think? Because I always think the swing volley is quite a nervy, it's a difficult shot because you've got a lot of time. So did you sense something as well?
Yeah, I tried to, I think it's also because I try to get every ball back, and I think maybe sometimes it gets a bit more pressure on if you play an overhead that's a bit far behind you, that it's like, oh, she get that back if I don't put a lot of quality in the shot. So maybe that's the thing that she was thinking. I'm not sure, of course, but even though she got the drive volley, I was still planning to try to get that back. So I think just the consistency and the passion and always, trying to win the point also gives a lot of pressure to the opponent.
Sure.
You are in the semi-final, and until now you haven't lost any set. Are you ready to continue and to win this title and keep
Yeah, of course, my first round match, I almost lost a set, but not quite. So yeah, I'm feeling good at the moment. Haven't lost one yet, but I'm thinking ahead. Of course, you're thinking back to like today, what did I do well? What did I do better than the previous days? But also looking ahead, what should I improve? And I think that's very important to never really stand still and to try to improve every day, which is like a passion of mine. It's my thing that I do. I try to improve every day. And in tennis, that's something like every day is a different opponent. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow and hopefully the day after. But for now, I'm just looking at a day.
Questions in French? Are there any? Oh, you want to let's carry on in English?
One more in English, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we've got a tournament in China, we've got one in Cluj as well, and then one here. What is the deciding factor? What was it last year, but also this year? What was the deciding factor in going, I'm going to Monastir?
I think this is the second edition, last year or the first edition. And it's always nice to have a tournament that hasn't been there yet for ages, because then you have different places to visit. And I think as I'm on the tour for a couple of years already, you are at the same places, which is nice, of course, at the high level, but you're at the same places every year. So I was like, okay, let's go to Monastir, let's discover something new. And as I really liked it last year, I think it's really important for players or for me personally to come back and to extend that feeling. And that's what I'm doing right now, and hopefully I'll do it in the next couple of days. But yeah, I just like Monastir. It's pretty close to Belgium. They speak French, I speak French, so I really feel at home.
You've not quite made the top 10 in your career. You've been close. Is that still a goal? Is that something you think about, particularly with regards to next year?
I mean, I think it's a goal for everyone, if I can say that. I mean, you work every day towards a higher ranking. If I wouldn't be top 10 at the end of the year now, but I try to, for now, my goal is to be seeded at the Grand Slams. I think that that's really important too. Of course, you never know if you're going to win or not, but I think that's a goal for me, to be seeded at the Grand Slams, and this one is definitely a factor towards it. I think every tournament is. So yeah, let's see. Let's first take this step, and then we'll take another one.
Anything else in English? We switch to French, please.
Déjà félicitations.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.